You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up yet on you. In the name of love.
Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here, and if this is your first time clicking on, I am so happy that you are here too. I hope by the end of this video you consider sticking around and subscribing, because I would love to have you here. Here on my channel I post all kinds of cleaning, organizing, decluttering, mom motivation, and when you're here and watching my videos, I just want you to know that you are absolutely not alone and feel like you have a friend, someone to do life with and get you motivated in all of the craziness that is going on inside of your house.
Can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love.
I am starting off in the kitchen. That's where I start most of my cleaning, just because I really enjoy having a clean downstairs area. If it's not clean, I feel like I can't really focus on everything else I need to do. The dishes were especially backed up, and I can't really remember why, but I wanted to get these all tackled and done so I wouldn't have to look at them anymore.
Cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. But I'm not done with you. But I'm not done with you. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up yet on you.
I have a question for all the mamas out there who are, really it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you work from home, or if you're going into an office, what type of help during the week do you get? And I've always wondered this. I know with my close friends in the neighborhood, a lot of my friends have cleaning ladies or people who do their laundry, or just something that they have in their lives to lighten their loads. And I don't know, for me, if it's just like a control thing or maybe a pride thing. I don't know, just thinking I can handle it all. I don't have any of that type of help, and I can tell you right now I would 100% benefit from it, because there are so many days where I feel completely overwhelmed. And I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I get frustrated and annoyed at how much I have to do and how little of a day I have to do it in. And when I get overwhelmed and frustrated, I take it out on Mark, which is never the right thing to do, because he's just over there living his life and working his job too. And we're both working and trying to be the best parents we can be. And I just seem to carry a lot of the load of the house on my shoulders. And it's not that Mark's not willing. He would do anything for me. But I think men, not all the time, but sometimes they don't feel the pressure that women do to have the clean home or, organize all the things. That's not what their brain is thinking about. So I just wanted to know what help looks like in your home, if you have somebody helping you, if you don't. And please, no hating on people who have help, because I think it's amazing and I think it's wonderful. And if you have the ability to have someone help you and lighten your load, I am all for it.
Say you love me, say you don't. Just give me something so I can move on. Pull me closer or push me away. Let me know if my mind. I'm so tired of never knowing, so spell it out. 'Cause I won't stay awake till morning. I won't stay another night. If you're feeling something for me, say it now.
Y'all think we're ready for Halloween or not? Just kidding. I had 2 of these little buckets, but I used one of them to boo my neighbors with like some treats on the inside. So I dumped out the candy in it, and now I need to consolidate. I just dumped some in there, and I'm gonna fill this up, and we're gonna try not to eat all of this before Halloween.
'Cause I can't wait for you forever. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever. I've been patient with your love. Sometimes you don't show it enough. And I wish you could open up and take my worry in and make it stop. 'Cause I can't stand another moment of you playing with my mind. I'm so tired of never knowing, so spell it out. 'Cause I won't stay awake till morning. I won't stay another night. If you're feeling something for me, say it now. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever. Say it now.
Okay, this is also another random question, and I'm asking because, you know, we have a lot of neighbor families that we're super close to, but we don't live with them. Obviously, we each have our own houses. So when we all went and stayed together in Florida, you can kind of see more how people do things. And I love seeing the differences in how I do things versus like how some of my very best friends do them. So I wanted to ask y'all, when you load silverware in your dishwasher, do you load it with like the fork sharp side pointing up and the spoon pointing up? Or do you put it down into the dishwasher? I was told like years ago to have it pointing up because then it gets it cleaner, which I don't know if that's true at all. That's just how I've always done it. But I noticed pretty much everybody else does it pointing down. So I just wanted to know what y'all do.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that she'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she's just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like this forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go.
I forgot to charge my Hoover cordless vacuum cleaner, and my corded one, the Shark one, was upstairs. So I was feeling too lazy to go up there and get it, so I just swept this area, which actually works really, really well. I like to sweep here sometimes because brooms can get in areas that the vacuum can't even do, like underneath the table. So, and sweeping is so satisfying to me and just calming. It's a stress reliever. I truly do love to sweep. But again, when we were down in Florida and I was sweeping with their broom there, because no matter where I go, I can't help but clean. That's just how I am. And I was sweeping into the dustpan, and it was one of those that has the stick that you don't have to bend over for, which are the kind that I used to use when I worked in restaurants. And I seriously don't know why I don't have that yet. In fact, as soon as I get done doing the voiceovers for this video, I'm going to order myself a broom with the dustpan that has the handle too, like the tall handle, so no bending over has to happen. My back is already bad enough as it is.
Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Yeah, that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond.
I am so excited to share the second part of this video with y'all because I know in previous videos I've talked about how it's so important to get your life organized, and I mean that goes for me too, obviously. And when your life is organized and it doesn't feel chaotic, things just run so much more smoothly. And it's my goal, it's truly my goal to have everything in my house organized by Valentine's Day of next year. And that might seem so far away to some of y'all, but I have to be realistic for myself, and knowing that includes our garage and just everything else. There's so much. But for me, a huge part of what I want to get organized is my office, because I spend so much time in there and I struggle with it a little bit, and it still probably is not exactly how it's going to be forever. But I'll explain to y'all in a second how it just is not working for me and it needs to change. So I ordered this table and it's so awesome. I seriously love it. I will link it in the description box. I don't know if it's on sale right now, but when I bought it, it was on sale, and it is just going to be life-changing for me in my office. So I can't wait to show it to y'all. I am having the hardest time in my office, and I wish that this wasn't the case, but this is basically how it always looks. And I'm always doing some type of Cricut craft or wrapping a present or working at my desk, and I can't take the chaos anymore. It just frustrates me, but at the same time, like, I have to utilize this space better. So I think I'm gonna move the mirror. I'm not totally sure, but I have that table that I just unpackaged and Mark and I brought upstairs. It's 60 inches long, so it's pretty big. I'm thinking about putting it right there and moving that. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna get it tidied up in here. I just need more workspace for my Cricut stuff because I do everything on the floor. Y'all can see it's just total chaos. This has a ton of potential in here, but I have not quite reached that potential. I'm not even close. So I'm gonna get to work, see what I can get done.
I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, it will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours
It's always a little overwhelming just getting started in a space that looks this chaotic. And so a lot of times when I start off, my brain just shuts down. I'm like, I can't do this. I need to just do something else. So I decided to bring the table in, even though there was almost no floor space, and put it together. And at first, I will not even lie to y'all, I was like, what in the world? How is this supposed to all fit together? Because the directions were confusing me. I'm not really one to read directions. A lot of times Mark will read them and then he'll be like, hey, this is what you need to do. And I'm very hands-on. I can put almost anything together, but I just don't want to read the directions. But they were essential in putting this table together. I did not even realize it is as cool as it was. Like, y'all will see in a second, my mind was blown. I thought you just like cranked a little crank, I guess, and that's what moved the table up. I didn't know it was a button, but I'm obviously very easily impressed.
Just you and me together, it will
Y'all, I'm just blown away by this. So you hold the button down and it goes up. I think it goes up to like 123, and then the down, you can make it go to a normal height. This is gonna be a game changer for me because I feel like sorry, I was going out of focus. I feel like I'm a little bit taller, on the taller end of things. So when I stand up, I don't want to be hunching over. I'm just so excited about this. So underneath, I have a lot of working around with the cords. They did give me a bunch of these to stick underneath. My camera's having a really hard time focusing, but I think I'm gonna stick some of these underneath here and then put some of the cords up. But I love this so much. I bought it on major sale. I will link it, but if it's not on sale, I mean, you know, don't get it because I feel like it's expensive when it's not on sale. But for what it is, I think it is 100% worth it. But I'm about to go out to dinner with some of my girlfriends, so I'm gonna come back and work on the office afterwards, or maybe tomorrow, who knows. So as you can see, it's definitely the next day. The night before, we ended up staying out literally until after 3 a.m. and most of the time was just us talking in the driveways, which was really nice. It was just my neighborhood friends. So I am back at it and trying to clean up, declutter, and as I was doing that, I was just trying to really visualize how I wanted the furniture in the room. And the only way I could really see it happening was the new table that I have being on this wall over here. And so I end up moving things around, which this furniture doesn't look like it would be that heavy, but just the mirror alone is super heavy, and I already moved it all the way over to that wall only to move it back. So I definitely struggled with that, but even moving this desk and then the big table, it was a lot, and Mark was working, so I didn't want to bother him and bring him up there just to help me move furniture when it's something I could do by myself. Okay, I want to pick y'all's brains over here too. I asked this question on Instagram a little while back and I got some good responses. A lot of y'all said, what was it? I think it was Joanna's Joys or something like that. But if I were to ever start up an Etsy shop, what would you name it if you were me? I want it to be something catchy and something creative, but also something that shows that, you know, kind of what I'm making, I guess, which would be along the lines of all the stuff that I do already make, which is cups and shirts. Well, I mean, I don't make them, but, you know, design them or decorate them. And I just want it to be something that's fun, but also represents me well. The people in my life who know me best, I would say, call me Joe. So I don't know if that could play into it, but at the same time, I mean, anything else could work too. I just have been racking my brain because I really do want to start up a shop with just some simple, fun stuff in it. I think it would be really neat. But again, that's something that might get pushed to the back burner. Who knows? I can barely keep up with my life as it is, so I don't know if I should be adding this to it. It's just an idea that I've been playing around with. I've had this cart down in our closet and I just haven't really been using it, so I decided to bring it up here to put all of my blank canvases, all the sweatshirts that I haven't done anything with, and the shirts and the cups and little canvas totes that I'm probably going to use for Halloween for the trick-or-treating. Their trick-or-treat bags. I might make them for my kids and for some of their friends. So that's what I used that cart for, and I took a little break from my office because I cannot be in one place for too long. I just like a change of scenery. So I came into the laundry room upstairs, which if you guys don't know the layout of my house or you haven't seen any of my house tours or anything like that, The laundry room upstairs is almost across the hall from my office. So as I was working in there, I kept looking over and seeing how much laundry needed to be done, and the fact that the dryer was done, I just decided to come over here and keep things going so I can put all the stuff away from the dryer and then put another load in the washing machine.
In a city full of sounds, I know my way around. We are of the same kind. Endangered species hard to find. I'll give you some lone time. I need to go catch the high tide.
As I'm working with all of this and moving it around, of course I wanted it to be at least slightly aesthetically pleasing, but I had to think about it practically too, and just how I use my Cricut and my desk for editing, and I wanted it to make the most sense that way and less about like, oh, it just has to look so Pinterest worthy, because at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. If I can't work in the space, then what's the point? So I move stuff around and then I move it around again, and that's pretty much how life is. Like I put this lamp here and then I end up moving it to the other side, and all of my outlets, I basically need one of those outlet addition things to make it to where I can plug in more than two things. I guess it's a surge protector. I'm not sure, but I did work a little bit underneath the table to fix the cords. I don't know if I filmed that part. And then of course I'm moving the mirror all the way back over to the other side. This is something that would have been so much easier with two people. It's one of those situations where like no matter what I did, it was like, oh, it's stuck on the desk, it's stuck against the wall, it's stuck here. And so I was like, ah! But I finally got it into place. This thing is bigger than it might seem, and it's very heavy and it's good quality. You know, it's from IKEA, and I sanded it down a while back, and I really do love it in here. It's nice, but it just takes up a lot of space.
Driving by the shore, listening to a broken radio. Skyline neon lights are waking up the rangers of the night. Designated life, driving by the shore.
Okay, basically just another hour or two of cleaning the next morning, and I'm finishing up my office, so I will show you all how that looks in just a little bit. But I bought a new sheet set off Amazon. I actually bought two of them. I bought a gray one and a white one. I will link them if y'all want to check them out. I don't like spending a ton of money on sheets. I know that might make me cheap, but it's fine. These were less than $20, and the ones we have on our bed are just not that great at all. I think they were from Walmart, and I ended up throwing them away because they had some holes in them. Y'all know we need a new mattress anyway. We're probably going to move on over to a king size bed. Our bedroom just feels very much on hold right now until we get the floors in, and then I feel like I'm going to work everything around those. It seems kind of overwhelming to me to pick out a bed and all of that right now, and I don't really know exactly how the floors are going to look in this room. Like, we know what we picked out, but I just don't know with the lighting and the windows how it's going to look in here. So we might wait a second. I mean, the bedroom's fine as it is, but on down the road we're definitely going to mix things up a little bit in here. And it's all centered around the fact that we have had this mattress for what, like over 20 years, so we need a new one.
I'm diving in the deep blue. I am looking for you tonight. looking for you, my love.
I'm going to be working a little bit today on updating some links in my description box, which the description box will pop up just the same every single video, except for the top part I do a little bit of editing to. But if you're ever curious where I got anything, if I can find a link for it, I've put it in the description box. Some of the stuff I have is just not linkable, like my nightstand tables. Found them at a garage sale and I sanded them and painted them. I think they're very, very old actually, but anything that I can link, I do link for y'all. And that's only to make it easy, because I know if multiple people ask a question about it and I can't seem to get to it, I know that that can be frustrating. So I want to have it easily accessible if anybody at all is even remotely interested. And y'all can clearly tell in this bed making process that I am not even the slightest bit about perfection. I was still washing the comforter. It's more like a quilt that I put on this bed. So I didn't really care how the sheets looked. Mark doesn't really like sleeping with the top sheet. I don't prefer it, but I will use it in the wintertime if I'm cold. I get a lot colder than he does at night. But anyways, that's why it ended up looking like that. It's nothing fancy, but it's fine and it's clean and it still smelled and felt so good to get into at the end of the day.
All this fussing and fighting just drives me crazy. But you know I'll do anything for you, baby. 'Cause you're the one I want.
And then I'm back up in my office where I'm like finalizing things, getting stuff up on the wall, which felt really good because in my mind, a lot of times I'm like, well, I don't know if this is going to be the final layout of my office. So I just put nothing on the walls, and then it's years down the road and I could have just put something up. It's just a nail hole. It's fine. You can patch it up so easily. So I decided to put up these, now I'm drawing a blank on what they're called, but these circle things are from Hobby Lobby. The sign I got from one of my best friends for my birthday, and I just spray painted it black. And then I am putting up this shelf that I got from TJ Maxx Home Goods a long time ago. And then on the shelf, I'm putting my 100,000 subscriber plaque and just a picture, just getting it more personalized and more me in here.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble lacking everlasting ego. I guess it never hit you, our conversation takes two.
Okie dokie, artichoke. I feel like that's gonna be it for today's video. I know I'm gonna be moving some stuff around at some point in the future, but for now, I feel like I like this setup. I'm sure there's things I can improve on, but I've already sat here editing a little bit earlier. I'm about to be editing a ton now. And then I love that I look across and that's what I see. I wanted to do it a little bit higher because that table can still raise up, and haven't fully fixed the cord situation. I just tucked them a little bit. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much because it's pretty much hidden. Like when you walk in the door, you're not really seeing a ton of the cord situation. Just that, and then this. So it's much better, and it's a better place to work in than it used to be just like a day ago. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.